All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. Amen. I'm going to hand it over to you now to get us started here. Thank you all, by the way, for waiting while we sorted out some tech issues in the back end.
So I'm going to start with the land acknowledgement. For those of you who have been part of any public or private events that we host, we always do a land acknowledgement. We're well aware that there are different perspectives on land acknowledgements and how sometimes they feel performative because they're led by words and not actions. And we are a group of people who is very much invested in proving our allyship and showing how invested we are and how much we plan to do as a collective and as individuals for our community as a community for BIPOC. But I personally have been thinking and continue to think about my own growth, development, education as a settler on this land, and figuring out what allyship really means. And even in that introspection and education, it feels so much like I'm coming from this place of privilege of being like, I want to do better. I want to understand more instead of being like, damn, this whole country is built on colonialism and a lot of really fucked up actions and the realities of which still very much exist in different spaces across this country. So it's a lot of juggling how I'm feeling, which is irrelevant in these situations, and what I want to be doing, which is what I try to focus on most often. All four of us who run this organization, we are not Indigenous people. We are immigrants in this country. We are women of color. So we have a certain degree of privilege, but we also understand what it means to struggle and to face systemic barriers. But we're doing a lot of work individually and collectively as a group to better understand what it means to be settlers on this land and working on our relationship with Indigenous communities and peoples within publishing spaces and outside of them. So to begin with, I'm going to read the land acknowledgement for Peel, which is where Paige and I and Hannah. Are you? Nope, not Hannah. Hannah's not in Peel, right?
I am not in the DTA at the moment, no.
Well, she will be on this couch in 48 hours. So I am going to read the land acknowledgement for Peel. We would like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather and which the region of Peel operates as part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. For thousands of years, Indigenous peoples inhabited and cared for this land and continue to do so today. In particular, we acknowledge the territory of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Ojibwe-Chippewa peoples, the land that is home to the Métis and most recently the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, who are direct descendants of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land and by doing so give our respect to its first inhabitants and rightful owners. So we always start with the land acknowledgement. We also encourage everyone who is part of our events to do reading and education and to set real goals for themselves on how to be better allies and to acknowledge our privilege and our responsibility to the Indigenous communities and peoples who we live with.
Thank you so much, Amen. And what?
Oh, sorry, you were frozen.
I'm sorry. Was I? Oh, well, this is not the first time technology and the internet have been our enemy today, but it is what it is. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You'll have to bear with me. I might lose my voice halfway through. I got a cold this weekend, so I'm kind of still trying to recover from that. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. Apologies for starting a bit later than we wanted, but we're here now. And we did budget in a little bit of extra time just in case something like this happened. So most of you who are here probably are here because you know us and who we are. However, just in case you stumble upon this video from just randomly perusing the internet, my name is Hannah. I am one of the co-founders of BIPOC of Publishing in Canada. Two of my other co-founders are here with me. Do you guys want to quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Paige. I am one of the co-founders as well.
I'm Eamon. I'm here for vibes.
And not with us here in person, but very much in spirit, is the fourth member of co-founder of BIPOC Publishing Canada, who is Marina. Hi, Marina, if you're watching. We miss you, and we're thinking about you. So way back in 2019, which feels like a lifetime ago at this point, the four of us who we've been friends for a while kind of got together over some fries and snacks and talked about, finding space and community within Canadian publishing, and how lucky we've been to find that with each other, um, and how needed that was outside of just the four of us. And I'll speak for myself here. I definitely was feeling like I really needed a space that felt more open and welcoming to all the various opinions that I had, as I had been working in publishing for a couple of years, and just was feeling like I didn't have a safe space to kind of engage in conversations about this industry. And just even like in conversations that are not necessarily about the industry, just about the world within publishing. And so that's kind of where this came from. So now 4 years. Is it 4? Oh my God, it's going to be 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years later, here we are. So we started this group in June 2019, and it was like us and a few of our friends would hang out like every other like month or something like that, and just talk and, vent and share stories and things like that. And then fast forward again to June 2020, which was it was a lot of things happening that month in the world, and a lot of things that I still think about a lot and that I reflect on now and just kind of think back to how that was. But one of the things that we found ourselves having to kind of navigate is the attention of a lot of institutions in publishing who were finally kind of coming to terms with the fact that maybe this industry is not that great for those of us who identify as Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. And we had to kind of realize that what do we want to be? Who are we? And we kind of went back to the core of what we are, which is we're a community of like-minded people, of people who are marginalized in publishing, and that is what we are. We're here for each other. And so we kind of really focused since then on doing programming and supporting each other through everything that came out of that year in particular. I think there was a lot of stuff that came out of 2020 that was beneficial, but also not so beneficial. But also just thinking about how best we can service this community. And so one of the things that we started in 2020, actually before June, but it kind of kicked off around that time, was our mentorship program, where we work with a group of amazing BIPOC individuals who've been in the industry for a few years, or some of them for decades, actually, and connect them with young BIPOC folks who are new to the industry and who want to kind of know more about the industry. So that program has been, I think, our longest running program. It's going into its fourth year also. I don't 2020, 2021, 24th. No, this would be the fourth. This would be the fourth.
Wow. Girl,
We
it's
just
because if it can't be,
we just
it can't be fair.
we just wrapped up our third one. We just wrapped up our third one, and the one that's coming up is the fourth one. Yeah. So
Okay, so
that's
my
been our
mom,
longest
if my
running
mom
program.
would say, don't count the things that you can't touch right now. So don't count the things you can't.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
It's a month out from launching, so we're basically caressing it gently.
So that's been our longest running program. We also do virtual and in-person socials. We've done some professional development programs, such as panels, discussions. Last year, we hosted a headshot photography session, which was a lot of fun for us, and I hope for the people who managed to come and get their headshots taken. So that's kind of the programming that we do. It's a lot about supporting the community that we wanted to build and also that came to us. And all of this work is, for the most part, done by the three of us and Marina here. And we are all unpaid. Hi? What?
Oh, Mika.
And I'm getting there. Give me 1 second. The four of us as the co-founders have been at the helm from the beginning. And then after our last fundraiser, we were able to get support from a few other people. Our main thing has been that we don't want to ask anybody to do completely unpaid labor. And so what we've done in the past year and a bit is added a couple of people, including Mika, our admin assistant, who we love, and a programming committee to help us figure out programming, as well as a social media assistant, and folks who help us with panels and join our events. And while we don't, I think we're a long way from paying everyone what they probably should be paid, but we are working with limited resources, but we've done our best to kind of compensate them as much as we can at the time. And we want to continue doing that, but we also want to continue growing this little community that we've built. And so this is why we're here to talk to you guys about what we want to do, where we're going to go, and, just ask for your help and support. To be honest, that's a hard thing for me to do. You might be able to tell I am not very good at asking for help. Just ask Paige, she knows. But that's that's why we're here.
No, I'm gonna do it myself. Okay.
Listen, if I could make money happen, I would. So yeah. So what this night is going to be is going to give you a glimpse of what we like to do on a regular basis, which is provide a safe space for us BIPOC folks to get together and honestly have fun, meet each other, learn from each other. A lot of tonight is going to be about the fun, but we also try to do things that help us kind of grow in our careers as much as possible. So that's us. Yeah, I feel like that kind of covers most of it. Is there anything else that either of you want to jump in and add?
Should we talk about the campaign that'll be going?
Yes, of course. that might be a helpful thing to talk about, the actual thing we're doing in the next little while. Yes, so one of the ways in which we are going to be campaigning for the next little while is through a readathon. So Paige, do you wanna share a bit more, or should I?
I can share a little bit about it. So originally, the idea was that we were gonna select readers that you guys could support in their reading efforts. They would set a goal, they're gonna read this many pages, and you'd be able to support by page. Unfortunately, the technology does not exist to make that happen. So we quickly pivoted. So instead of that, I actually think it works out better because it sort of brings a sense of community that really is the point of the organization anyway. So we're giving you the option that if you also want to be a reader throughout the month and create your own profile where you can set a challenge for yourself, as many pages as you want. You can share the profile with people and they can donate from your page to the organization throughout the month. The link is in the description to either just straight up donate to the campaign overall or to become a reader and join us. If there are any technical issues, reach out to me. I will be battling this website on everyone's behalf tonight, but that is the whole point. We're going to put up recommendations. We're going to do reading sprints together throughout the month. It's just going to be a way for us to all connect with each other in a really fun way and support BIPOC authors as well, which is the whole point is we want to be more present in the industry so that we can advocate better for the people who are writing the books we're publishing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paige.
I just want to say technology to me represents a lot of the systemic barriers that white people pose to our lives. And so any barriers that we're facing through this process is a result of racism. That's it. That's all I'm going to say now.
I know you're saying it in a jokey kind of way, but I bet you there's a book out there somewhere that kind of explains exactly how you're 100% right.
If there isn't, I'm going to write it.
There we go.
There we go.
And I was no, finish the first book.
I know you haven't even let me read that one. So maybe until I get to read that first book. Oh, look, 2 amens. uh, maybe don't start a new project. Yeah,
Okay.
so the readathon will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been reading much for the past little bit because, well, for various reasons, but one of the reasons is that I wanted to save all my reading time for the fundraiser. And so we would love to have you all join us. And yeah, there might be some tech kinks to figure out, but I'm sure we can do it together and resolve it. We're also going to be hosting an in-person event for anybody who is in Toronto at Glad Day Bookshop on March 23rd. So that's in a couple of three and a bit weeks. And so we'll be posting links to that very soon so you can buy your tickets. We're hoping to have a whole lot of fun things happening that night. But mostly it's a chance for us to all kind of get together and hang out, really. And I'm sure there's more stuff that I'm forgetting, but if you keep an eye on our social media on Instagram and Twitter, hopefully you'll be able to catch all of that fun stuff on there. And we'll share those links as well. I think that's all. Did I forget anything?
No, you're good. That was it.
Amazing. I can't believe I almost forgot the
You're like,
actual.
"We are gathered here today. What are we gathered here for? Games. Like nothing else."
I just want to have fun and play games. That's all.
Honestly, and I think you deserve that. So I'm supporting
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So we're gonna go away now for a few minutes, and when we come back, we will be joined by some friends of BIPOC Pub, including some folks from our programming committee and some authors, and we'll just have a fun bookish game night, basically, for the rest of the night for a bit. So see you soon, I guess.
I said remix. I said hi, and then it didn't do anything, and then Paige was like, unmute yourself. And then it did that fun remix. How's everyone doing? You may have to unmute your. Did that work?
The way I don't know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Okay, and now we can hear you.
Perfect. Okay, great. We're really good at technology. Can you tell tonight?
To be fair, I'm not used to having someone in the room with me, also on the stream with me. That is the problem.
Yeah, that's where the issues are stemming from.
I feel like I was in like live show jail for a second there. I don't know what was happening.
I apologize. That was me. I didn't realize.
I was like, am I not allowed to be back?
We didn't want you here, Hannah.
Wow. Okay. So we're just gonna wait. There's, I think, one or two more people. One more person, I think, that's gonna be joining us, and then we'll get started. How's everybody's? Is it only Tuesday? Wow. How's everybody's Tuesday going?
I mean, it definitely hasn't felt like Tuesday for me either.
How are you doing, friend?
Thursday.
It feels like Thursday to me as well. Honestly, yeah. I don't know how I've like. There's just so much that happened since yesterday. I'm like, what can we just like slow down for a bit, maybe? But such is life.
I have been just having a good day, so I cannot.
Congrats.
I mean, my day hasn't been bad. It's just been a lot busier than I thought it would be. Like, it was just a lot. And there was just a lot of things happening. And I'm like, okay,
so
I thought today.
I have just realized is only 6 people are allowed on screen at a time. So Eamon and I will be disappearing.
Bye.
So that Kai can go.
Okay. Hi, Kai.
Hi, I'm happy to stay like behind the scenes.
No, that's okay.
A little.
Yeah, I did not realize that again, technology, like Eamon said, it's systemically set up against us. So thank you everybody for joining me. Oh, we lost someone. Who did we just lose? We lost Jen. No, yeah, we lost Jen. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Jen, why don't we? Oh, there she is. Awesome. Okay. So thank you all for joining us. So glad to have you here with us. I was wondering if you guys would like to kind of introduce yourselves quickly. We can even go, I think it's actually doing it alphabetically for the most part, except for me. No, it's not. Ardo, Amima comes before Ardo. But you know what? We'll just follow the way that it's set up here. So Ardo, would you mind introducing yourself quickly?
Sure. My name is Ardo. My pronouns are she, her. I am the kids coordinator at the Festival of Literary Diversity, aka The Fold. I am also a Pedro Pascal stan, it seems. Enjoying The Last of Us. No, not yes, The Last of Us. Oh my God, what is that show called? And The Mandalorian, which is starting tomorrow. So double the Pedro.
I not rewatched because it was my first time watching it. I watched the Book of Boba Fett over the weekend to get ready, and I didn't even realize that I had to watch it to be ready for.
You just need to watch the 2 Mandalorian episodes, to be honest.
I know, and I that's what I thought, but I actually I didn't know at all until I got to that episode. I was like, I was just watching this for fun. I did not realize this was crucial information. But it was, yeah. I'm also a Pedro Pascal stan. I am not surprised to be a Pedro Pascal stan though. So I've been here since Game of Thrones. He was the only light in that show, and then, well, I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. Thank you, Ardo, for introducing yourself. Amima?
Hi, everybody. My name is Amima Said. My pronouns are she, her. I am a former mentee of the BIPOC of Pub mentorship program. I also work in publishing in a few different capacities as a book reviewer, as a book buyer, and as a sensitivity reader. I too am a Pedro Pascal stan. However, I don't know if I can say that because I haven't yet finished all of The Mandalorian. So I'm like a stan in training. I do love him. I'm loving The Last of Us. In fact, I'm on a big dystopian kick right now because I'm loving The Last of Us. And I somehow have found myself on season 8 of The Walking Dead. Let's not talk about it.
Interesting.
But if anybody has any recommendations for anything dystopian and really great, or even mediocre, I'm very happy to watch or read it. Doesn't even have to be zombies. So,
What have you been reading or watching like that kind of started you on this
ooh,
kick? Aside
so
from The Last of Us.
I also read or listened to the audiobook of Rahman Alam's Leave the World Behind. So that I thought was just really, really cool. There's going to be a Netflix adaptation coming at the end of the year, I believe. But something that was so interesting about it is, without spoiling anything that's not kind of shared in the plot description, it follows this family that goes on vacation, and their vacation is interrupted by this couple who knocks on their door. They say they're the owners of the vacation home that they're renting, and they ask if they can stay with them for a couple days because there was a black cat in the city and they're a little concerned. They didn't want to head back to the city. They're like older, they live in a high rise, the elevators wouldn't be working. And then the internet's not working. The TV channels aren't working. They don't really have a lot of information, but they get the sense that maybe there's something wrong. And that kind of looming dread and that sense of not knowing for sure if anything's wrong, not knowing what's actually happening. Like, in a lot of dystopian stuff, we really get to see, the zombies or like the tidal wave or whatever is like world ending or apocalyptic. But in this, there was this tension of not knowing, which I feel like, if the world was actually ending would probably be most likely most of our experiences. So I thought that was just really, really well written. And as an audiobook too is really atmospheric. So that and then The Last of Us just really have me in the mood.
I actually, sorry, I am actually maybe a bad Pedro Pascal stan because I have not been watching The Last of Us because I like to binge things because I've been ruined by Netflix. So I'm waiting until I collect a few of them and then I'll like be sad in one row instead of being sad every week. Like I have to schedule my sadness.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I forgot that you were one of our mentees. So when you said that, I was like, "What? This is news to me." But yeah, that is how we know you. Amima was in the first cohort, right? 2020.
Yes, and now I'm on the programming
Nice.
committee. A real testament to the value of BIPOC in
This
Canada.
this is not why you're here, but we're gonna use this opportunity to be like, see. Yeah. Thanks, Amima. Jenny, do you want to introduce yourself next?
Sure. I have less interesting things to say, I think. I'm Jenny Hyejin Wells. I'm just a writer and a prof. I teach critical race studies in literature and then also creative writing at the University of Winnipeg. I also love Rumaan Alam, but from a different book. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's much to say. I watch a little Real Housewives, like, so I'm not watching, like, dystopian stuff.
Oh my God.
Just as
Maybe
valid. And
we need to
also,
bring Eamon in here to talk reality TV, I think.
and also Jenny does amazing eyeshadow inspired book looks. So I feel like you bring so much to the table. You're not just a writer and a
Oh,
professor. That's like
you're sweet.
a lot of work.
It's the makeup.
I know. I
That
was
and makeup?
side-eyeing
Oh my
that as
God.
well. I was like, excuse me, Jenny. Jenny is also a longtime supporter of BIPOC of Pub, has been one for a couple of years now, I think. So thank you, Jenny, for your continued support of what we're doing here. And as Ardo said, check her out on Instagram because she does really fun like makeup looks for books. And I don't know, maybe this is vain, but I just feel like it's just a lot more fun to read when you know you can do that. I don't know. So thank you, Jenny. And then over to Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen Sukfong Lee, editor, author, mostly, sometimes teacher. I had the great honor of my last book being Jenny Did a Makeup Look for Superfan, which was very pink. It had hearts. And I was like really happy to see it. Are you going to get the book? There it is. Jenny's going to sell my book for me. Yeah, and about Pedro Pascal, I mostly know him from the music video for the song Fire Meet Gasoline by Sia. If you have a Pedro Pascal problem, please look it up, and it will only make you have a bigger problem. Truly.
I did not know this existed. Oh
Agreed.
my God. Thank you, Jen. I'm very excited to look this up as soon as we hang up here. Yeah, cool. Kai?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kai, and I'm a publicist at HarperCollins. And while I was never a mentee, I started my publishing career in Vancouver, and there's so few people working in publishing on the West Coast. And like the community from Bypoint Publishing was just like such a safe and like joyful place for me, even though it was just virtual. So, and I got to meet everyone at the picnic in Toronto last year. So this whole community is just a joy.
Oh, thank you for saying that. That's so nice. Kai is also in our programming committee as well. So she is instrumental in helping us figure out kind of what we want to do and how to put everything together and bring it to you, to the collective. So, okay. So I think that's everybody. I have a couple of things. Mostly what we're going to do here today is test how good of readers you guys are. That's what we're going to do. But there's also another segment that I'm going to save for the end that I'm really excited about. And I don't know if I'm going to be the only one excited about it, but that's okay if it is, because you know what? That is what it is. So I have a few questions here. And the way we're going to do it is, I'm trying to think what the best way to do this is. Like to just have you guys shout out the answers, or like whoever knows first, like goes. What do you guys think?
We could maybe shout our names. It's kind of like a buzzer, if that helps.
That works for me. Cool. Okay, we'll do that then. So yeah,
calling myself in third person.
Okay.
But what if two of us kind of have the same first name?
You do kind of have the same first name.
And they're sometimes accidentally mixed up by people in publishing.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna assign you guys colors. How about that? Okay. Pick your favorite color. We'll go the other way around. Kai, you get to pick your favorite color.
Oh my God, yellow. My last name means yellow. I'll choose yellow.
Okay, Jen.
Green.
Green. Okay.
Are we the Power Rangers?
Jenny?
I'm purple.
Purple. Okay, Amima?
To be clear, my favorite color is also yellow, but I would pick orange.
Sorry.
Ardo?
And I'll go with pink.
Okay, so when you want to answer, yell that color out, and then you get to go. All right. Okay, are we ready? Is everybody, did you do your homework? Let me see if I'm ready. Apparently I'm not. Okay, I am now. Okay, so our first section is just going to be questions. So the first question is, or the first prompt is, this Canadian novel is being adapted by Mindy Kaling in Amazon Studios. Who and what is the novel?
Pink.
Orange.
Ardo.
Is it Aisha at Last by Uzma Jalaluddin?
You're so close, but not quite.
Oh, it's
Amima.
It's Hana Khan Carries On by Uzma Jalaluddin.
It is indeed. Okay, so the first question goes to Amima.
And then a slam dunk. I don't.
Is that a slam dunk?
It's a slam dunk.
Yeah, I played basketball in grade 5, not professionally or on any team, but I played it. So I know what I'm talking about.
So where did you play? if not on any team
or professionally.
On the streets.
In your backyard.
On the streets?
Yeah, like my 2 neighbors had a basketball. We had a basketball net, and then my neighbor across the street had a basketball net, and I played. That's the
Same.
real basketball.
Same thing.
I love it.
Cool.
And that's how I slam dunked.
That's how you. Maybe this is why you didn't professionally play.
This is the only reason.
Says me, who's never played a sport in her life. Like I don't even know. I must have done gym in high school. Because you have to. I think I did, but I don't
If you have
remember.
Basketball tips. You know where to go. It's not me.
To you, apparently. Has anybody read Hannah Kong Carries On here?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't read it
Haven't
yet.
had the
I've read
pleasure yet.
Aisha at last.
I did as
really
well, yeah.
that one. Yeah. Cool. Okay, question number 2. This YA novel, described as Pacific Rim meets The Hunger Games, is being adapted for film by the same production company for Twilight.
Orange. Sorry, I didn't know if there was more to the question.
No, that's it. Amima?
Iron Widow by Shiran J. Zhao.
Amima is the winner. Look at you go.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Another one of those books that I have it on my TBR and I just haven't read it yet.
Oh, just wait. The sequel's coming this summer, and then just read both together.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Well, you can binge it like you binge your TV shows.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
You know what? That is what I will do, because I'm actually, you know what though? I'm actually not a big book binger. I like to kind of space out I don't know. I still haven't read the duology by N.K. Jemisin, the last one, because I love N.K. Jemisin.
Yes,
and my strategy with her, The City We Became and The World We Make, I think. And so what I do with her is I like to save at least 1 or 2 novels so that until I know there's a pub date for the next one. So I guess I could read the first one of the duology and wait until her next book gets announced and then make it do that. But I'm really bad at finishing series, especially when I like them. Like I'll buy them, but then I'll just leave them in the bookshelf so that I never finish them. I don't know if anybody else does that. It's separation anxiety, I think.
Totally. It's like the more I like a series, the more I hype it up, and then I'll maybe read or reread book 1 in preparation for book 2, and then I'll be like, oh no, I'm saving it. I'm saving it for a special occasion. But this year, one of my resolutions was to not just save things for special occasions, to just do things. You don't have to save your fancy chocolates for a fancy chocolate day. You can just eat them on a Tuesday evening. So
I love that resolution, actually. Are you eating fancy chocolates right now?
I'm not, but I can see a box right there that I bought impulsively at the mall, and I will have them right after this.
Amazing. I love it.
Hopefully. We'll see.
I love it. I should do that too. Do that. Stop saving things is what I mean. Eat chocolates too, but stop saving things. All right. Okay. Next question. Are y'all ready? Oh, it's another book to movie thing. I didn't realize that I did it. Interesting. Okay. Nice to see how my brain works sometimes. Although I will say, these questions Mika helped me set them up. So I think I just grouped them this way though. So this book to movie adaptation, set in Scarborough, premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2022.
Green.
Yellow.
Green. Who was Green?
Me.
Yeah.
It's
go.
Brother. It's Brother.
It's Brother by David Chiriandi. I was gonna see if anybody's gonna get tripped up by the Scarborough piece. And
I almost said Scarborough. I almost said Scarborough.
One of my favorite books. I'm so excited because it's actually, so for everybody watching who's in Canada, I think it's just Canada. If you missed it at TIFF, I believe it's coming to theaters next month. I missed it at TIFF, so I'm really excited.
I saw it at TIFF.
I know, I'm jealous. I remember everybody going on their Instagram stories and posting about how they all, and I follow a lot of PRHC people, and I know a lot of them, and so they all went to see it because it's a PRHC book, so they all went to see it, and I was just watching you all talk about the book and talk about the movie, and I was sitting here crying. It's all good. I had a very busy September, anyways. I wouldn't have been able to go see it. But yes, Brother by David Chiriandi. So Jen gets this one. Has anybody else read that book or
Yes,
David's
loved it.
work? Yeah.
I do have, I think, 2 books by him sitting on my bookshelf that I will read.
I have.
Is oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I was
please.
just gonna say I used to teach Brother in my classes, but the other thing about him is that our first novels came out at the same time, and this was in 2007, and they always used to put us on the same events because they just put people with hard to pronounce names and like on the same bill.
Wow.
And so we toured together for like a year, and he's delightful. A lot of fun to
David
tour with. Yeah.
is the nicest. I've only met him like 2 or 3 times, and he is the nicest person I have ever met. He's so sweet, and I'm not big on like promoting men, but if I had to pick one man to be like, this is the man, it's David and Pedro. That's it.
Oh my gosh, and they're so
Wow.
opposite too. I love it.
Range.
David, I have range. I can go for like super literary sophisticated, but also Pedro Pascal. Yeah, no, David's amazing, and he's so lovely. And I have you guys ever? I went to an event once with him, Catherine Hernandez, and Carrie Ann Liang a few years ago at Scarborough, and they have like the Scarborough gang, and it's amazing, and I love it. Like they all do like events together, and like because they're all like I think they all grew up at the same time in Scarborough, and it's so cool. And if you ever manage to get them in an event together, I think it would be really cool to see them.
Really
Okay,
cool.
yeah, I like them a lot. All right, next thing. Okay, this South Korean hit therapy memoir was recommended
Yellow.
by BTS. BTS's RM.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay, Kai, go ahead.
Excuse my pronunciation, but I want to die, but I want to eat tteokbokki.
Yes, it is. Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally.
Can you give me do you know the backstory behind this? Like, because I have no idea why this came up as like a recommendation by BTS or anything like. Do you know anything?
I don't know why. I think, and it's also a specific member of BTS.
Yeah. Yeah.
RJ,
RM.
RM. There
yeah.
we go. The BTS fans don't come for me. I'm so
I
sorry.
believe
I know.
I know this is dangerous. I believe it was like they're very open about mental health and mental illness, and this is a memoir about a Korean woman who goes to therapy, I think, for the first time, and is like kind of grappling with the idea of depression for the first time. But it's kind of it's very high on my list, but I haven't read it yet.
Wow.
I'm intrigued though.
It's quite interesting. I don't know if anyone has read like Samantha Irby, whereas I feel like Samantha Irby is like the friend, the unhinged friend who like tells you everything about her Crohn's and all that. Whereas I feel that the Korean translated book is like kind of like that, but less funny. But it's still deprecatingly funny, but in less unhinged way. Like she's trying to go to therapy.
If you have some hinges,
Yes.
read this book. I love it. Me, I don't have any hinges. I've read all of Samantha.
I love Samantha Irby.
But I also want to read this. It sounds really good. So I didn't know about the BTS thing, but now I'm even more curious. Cool. Okay, so now we've got 2 points for Amima, 1 for Jen, 1 for Kai. Next up is the author of the best-selling memoir "Crying in H Mart" is also a part of which group?
Hello. Oh no,
I think it's Jen. You're not yellow. Also, what the?
Killing it.
Kai's like,
Japanese breakfast.
Yes, Japanese breakfast.
Wait, what was the question going to be?
Dance for the
Oh no.
Jen did not give us a chance. She was like, I've got it. The question was, the author of the best-selling memoir, Crying in H Mart, is also a part of which other group?
Oh.
That's actually I wrote that book because that's how I feel every time I go grocery shopping now. I'm crying at the price, the inflation. I can't.
Oh my god. I was like,
Michelle Downer really was like knew what was going to happen in the future when she wrote
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, but you know what? It's crazy. I actually was at the grocery store. So I've been away from Canada for a while, and I came back earlier this month, and I went to the grocery store over the weekend. And I didn't go to like a specific Asian grocery store. I went to like just the food basics. And my mom was like, "We need chili garlic sauce and um, just like various things." And it was like so expensive. I was like, "What is this? This is a scam.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?" Like, I almost didn't buy it, but then I saw that like basically every other store it was the same price, and I was just like, I didn't think about creating an H mart at that point. But you know what? That is an apt title, and also a really great memoir. I did cry when I read that.
Oh my
Not
gosh,
gonna lie.
yeah. I ugly cried and immediately like asked my mom to teach me how to cook things. It was beautiful. I can't recommend it enough.
It is, yeah, it's a really great memoir.
Shout out to Mika. I'm gonna expose her. She also cried reading it at the airport.
Oh, did she?
That's why she put it in this list of questions.
That's good to know. Mika, if you're watching,
Sorry,
but not really. Everyone's probably like, "Who is this Mika?" Like everyone keeps talking about her. She's like our hidden celebrity. One day we'll bring her out and be like, "This is Mika." Cool. Okay, so the last question of this section of the game. Then we have a different section. This author, was recently appointed as the editorial director of their own children's imprint
Pink.
at Penguin
Orange.
Random House
Yellow.
Canada. Ardo.
David A. Robertson.
There you go. I mean, I guess you would know that professionally. That makes sense because of what you do. But yes, David A. Robertson, whose book I have not read, which I need to read. So
He is my son's favorite author, actually.
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I met him
Middle
once.
grade book or the picture book?
The middle grade ones, the trilogy, or is it a trilogy? Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, I met him for the first time like in September when we were both in Calgary, and I didn't have anything for him to sign, so he pulled a piece out of this old notebook he carries around with him, and he signed for my kid, and then my son got it, and then he was really excited, like I thought he was going to faint, and then he said, "Can you please text him and say thank you?" And I said, sure. So I texted him, and when we were in Calgary, David had asked me like, what's your kid into? And I said, well, oddly, he's been doing a lot of chin-ups. I don't know why. And so then David sent back a video message that told my kid to keep doing those chin-ups. He's a star. And I swear my kid almost started crying. He had never felt so seen in his life.
God, that is so cute.
That's kitty.
Oh my gosh, that's like a really cool idea though, having like your favorite author motivate you to do like general things like,
Yeah.
hey, in the bathroom.
You can fold the laundry. You're awesome.
Right?
A new revenue stream for authors.
Right?
Recording motivational messages for their readers. This is the agent brain in my working. It's like, this is how we're gonna do this. I should turn that off because not everything has to be monetized. But hey, if anybody is looking for an idea, you should do that. That's so cool. I don't remember when I was young. I don't feel like I ever kind of like was a big fangirl of like specific authors. I feel like I liked books, but I wasn't like, and given the books that I was into, I'm glad because I'm seeing what people who were obsessed with the certain thing that I was obsessed with are dealing with right now. Just to give you guys a hint, it is an author who shall not be named. But yeah, no, that's so cool because I don't think I was aware that authors are even a thing. Like I think I just assumed that the books were just like they just happened. But it's cool. But I guess because his mom is an author, your son would be like, right, they're real people.
Yeah, he knows what it's like. He sees me tapping on my laptop all the time. It's pretty glamorous.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay, so this next section, it's like 4 questions, I think, is I'm going to get you guys to guess the name of the book with the first sentence of the book.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Are you ready?
No.
It's okay. I'm sure you can do it. So, oh wow. Okay. Sorry about that. I am, like I said at the top of this, my throat is not cooperating with me today, but that's okay. So the first sentence of this novel is, "This is a love story. You've been warned." Any takers? We might have to do a few rounds of guesses here.
Like, we can hint it's a Canadian author or
Okay, we can do hints. Sure. Yes, it is a Canadian author.
Okay.
Something in my brain is being itched, and I don't.
I feel like, okay, this is another hint. Ardo, you really should know it. I think
What does it sound like?
because
a
I'm
Taylor
pretty
Swift
sure
song?
you've read it.
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Kayi, what did you say?
You say it sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
It's not a Taylor
Is it
Swift song.
YA?
It is
What's
YA.
the reading
Yes.
audience? Okay.
Can you repeat the line?
This is a love story. You've been warned.
All right. You know what? Orange.
You can't pull out the books and
No,
check.
no, no, no.
Ardo.
I'm just remembering what YA is.
I was like, Ardo, I can
Is-
see you.
You've been
All right,
warned.
orange. I'm just gonna guess and just start us off. Iron Widow by Sharon J. Zhao.
No.
Yeah, I didn't
Also,
think
that was the answer to another question.
we'd repeat.
I can give more hints. Like,
Please.
maybe I'll give you the
From A to Z?
publication date.
Is it from A to
Oh,
Z?
Wait,
Oh, sorry,
you
yellow.
got it. Yes.
Really?
It is. Yes.
Wow.
It is.
Well done.
Love
Not my
Cafe
favorite
to
book.
Death.
Wow. That I don't reread. I'm not in the habit of rereading, guys. I'm so sorry. I also have a general bad memory.
That
of
is so
books.
good. How did you guess it?
I have not read the book.
Well done.
Ardo, see yourself out.
Okay, see you guys.
You're like, I'm done. Okay, I can't do this anymore.
I'm out of here.
It's on
Oh
my
God.
TBR. It's on my TBR.
So embarrassing. Oh,
Yeah.
well, all right.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. As if I'm like personally affected.
Listen, I'm lucky if I remember the names of characters in books. Like of books I'm obsessed with. I remember random key things, maybe the energy, maybe
Yeah.
one particular scene, but put a gun to my head and say, what's the main character's name? I'm gonna start sweating.
Literally, as I'm reading, even sometimes people will be like, "What's your book about?" I like it.
Also,
Um,
Eamon is saying in the chat, like on the YouTube side of the chat, that
Yeah.
you're welcome for not playing. You're welcome that I'm not playing because she would have won big time. Okay, bye.
yeah, you know what? Actually, if Jenny and Jen, you would not know this, but technology maybe was working in your favor by saving you from the wrath of Eamon when she loses something. Ardo has personal experience being on teams with Eamon.
A crucial question that involved me saying paperclip that was of no help to anyone when under pressure.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was I forget what the question. Oh. Well, I'm gonna expose you now. The question was about what's the first thing you reach for in the morning, I think, or something like that. And
I was
Ardo
painting
said
a scene. It
paperclip.
was taboo, I think. I was painting a scene. And it involved paper clips. This is what happens when you work from home.
It made
morning
me
paperclip.
have a lot of questions about your morning routine. It's just like what exactly
You do
happens.
like the skincare, like the gua sha with like a paper clip in the morning.
Perhaps. Okay. Are you ready for the next question? Or the next sentence, I guess.
Sure.
It's also another really short one. There's a dead girl in the bathroom.
Oh, I've read this book, I think.
Oh God. Is it Canadian? Is it adult?
I was muted. Yes. Yes, it is adult.
Okay.
Is it
And it is
mystery?
Sorry.
Is it mystery?
Thriller. I don't know what mystery is like specifically. Like what counts as
Like
mystery.
genre writing? Is it
Sorry?
Is it like genre writing? Like,
It's a thriller novel.
Hmm.
Bathroom.
I'm gonna let
And
you
we
guys
said it
know.
was a Canadian writer, right?
Yes, it was a Canadian writer.
Can we get a year?
Let me check. I'm pretty sure I know, but let me just double check. It's right here next to me.
You lift it up as you.
Can you show us the book? No.
It's 2022. I thought that was it, but yeah.
Okay,
2022.
okay. Canadian thriller
Sounds like-
writer 2022 last year.
It's not In the Dark We Forget by S.G. Wong, is it?
It is not, no.
Best guess.
Just go through all the Canadian thriller writers that published last year.
Is it Dark Roads by Chevy Stevens?
No.
is it one of Cherie's books?
No.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, but I don't think she had one last year.
The 1 year.
The
Yeah.
1 year.
She took a break, and this year I think she's got 3, 2.
Yeah.
My brain is dead. Like
Yeah.
the ability to
I don't know
make
what more
books.
hints I can give.
Publisher.
Okay, yeah,
Mm.
sure. I can do that. HarperCollins.
Oh,
Oh.
Kai's like, damn it.
Oh,
2022
is it
HarperCollins.
Sandra. Is it Sandra Wong?
No.
is it SC Ali? Are you Sarah?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it.
Yes.
Did you just go through all the thriller writers?
I was like, okay, like I make spreadsheets of like releases, or at least I did. I started it this year, but I was trying to do one last year too, and I think I made it to like whenever that book came out.
Nice.
I am impressed. So I'm gonna pause the game for a second, but we can keep chatting to help my friends figure out a tech thing with our PayPal. So in the meantime, why don't we share what we've been reading recently, if you guys are comfortable doing that.
Making the fun.
Oh, I've heard this.
Ooh, how are you enjoying it?
What is it? Sorry?
It's Lindsay Wong's stories. Tell me pleasant things about immortality. That I know Jen also blurbed. I'm hosting the launch in 2 days, so
Very cool.
it's
Nice.
it's great. And
Isn't
it's
it
that juicy
fun?
hardcover.
So
Yeah,
fun. Yeah.
it's wild. And my favorite story is a not so subtle allegory about how white readers of ethnic can lit like want to suck on her like sad stories and like eat them up. So we'll be talking about that at the launch. I'm excited.
Excellent.
You're doing a lot of really cool events recently, I've noticed, Jenny.
Yeah, I guess between books, one has to do a lot of hustling.
Yeah.
And
I think you're
bustling.
talking to my colleague Cody very
Yes,
soon.
the very next day.
Yeah.
So
Big fan of Cody. If you haven't read his memoir,
I
That's the
also
last
blurbed
book
it.
I read.
I'm not
That's
gonna
the
lie.
is it?
That's the last
Okay,
book I
Jen,
read.
go ahead, talk.
Half Bads and White Regalia by Cody Catano. He's delightful and a wonderful person, and the book is so good. And what he does with language and how it all is cohesive in the end is a remarkable feat. I think he told me it took 7 years to write, which I can tell. There's so much depth and so much like thoughtfulness in every line. And at the end of the day, I just want to make him soup and biscuits. That's just what I want to do with Cody.
I don't know if Cody's watching, but I'll make sure he watches soon. At this part in particular, what 1 hour and 4 minutes, I will tell
I'm
him.
basically his biggest fan now. He already knows that.
Amazing. No, Cody's great. I got to read the book before he became my coworker, so it's kind of fun to be like, oh hey, now we're like buddies, kind of. That's great. Amima, Ardo, what have you been reading?
I just started The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi last night. It is beautifully written. I'm not very far in, but it is like every word is chosen with care and like it is exquisite so far. It's gothic and dark and very, very good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Amazing. What about you, Ardo?
I'm gonna actually plug a Canadian book that's coming out in May by Idman Nur Umar. It's being published by House of Anansi, and it's called The Private Apartments. It is a short story collection by a Somali Canadian writer, and they're kind of like interconnected, and they take place from like the Somali Civil War in 1991 in like Rome, Italy, up until like I think it was like 2020 in Toronto. But
Oh wow, that is a long time.
yeah, so it's like I'd like to say it's like 6 or 7 stories or something along those lines, but it was so nice reading a book by a Somali writer that's set like not every like some of the like quite a few of the stories are set in Toronto, or in like one of them was Ottawa, but it was nice reading a book by a Somali Canadian author that is set in a very like relatable place, because I've read books by the Somali diaspora not necessarily set here or written by poets, but this a prose piece that's looking at the inner lives of various Somali women, where it's like talking about the banquet hall in Rexdale and like all of these things that are so relatable, and not having to like explain what a dira is, right? Or like various Somaliness of it. And it's just like a fabulous, like I was like on the edge of my seat like reading it, and it's not even like speculative fiction, it's just normal fiction, and I was like, I want to eat it up. I'm so excited. So that's coming out in May.
That's amazing. What a special feeling when you see yourself in a book. Honestly, like one of my favorite things if I'm ever interviewing an author or something, but I love to ask, like, when's the first time you saw yourself in the book? Or like, what's a time that really resonates that you saw yourself in a book? And it's always so beautiful to hear those stories from people. Like feeling seen in what you read is just,
it's nice. Cool. Kai, did you share your last book that you read?
I just picked up this novella called Idol Burning. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. I've got it in Singapore because I was in Singapore recently, and I like to see like when I travel what the bestsellers or like the staff picks are, even if it's like a chain bookstore. And that was like one of the bestsellers. And yeah, it was fun. Like it basically about a teenage girl who's basically obsessed with idol in Japan, and she lives, the protagonist lives in Japan, and the idol kind of falls from grace, like it's not clear whether he really did what he did, and just how a young woman revolves like her life around like idolizing this celebrity, and it's very interesting because I've definitely like gone through my life fair share of like fandoms, and yeah, I don't know if it's supposed to make fangirling look bad or it's just an interrogation. I think what the writer wanted to accomplish is to really talk about the fall from grace, but to me the story is much more, because there's like interview at the end of the novella, but for me the book story was really about the teenager. The story told from her perspective, and I like the world is burning. Like, what else is there to do but to obsess over something that you cannot, Pedro is like, you know what I mean? Like,
I love
right,
that
Kai.
this is our uniting.
You're right. The world is burning, and Pedro's there.
Yeah, I don't think the writer was trying to make a case for like fangirling or not fangirling, but I just thought it was very interesting. Like yeah.
Might I recommend Jen's book?
Yes.
Which I haven't read yet, but is on my holds list for the audiobook. So I'm waiting for it to arrive.
You're gonna have many hours of listening to my voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, that is not. I love audiobooks. They're some of my favorites. It's quickly becoming the way I consume most of my media. The last holdout for me in terms of being able to listen to things is fantasy novels. I can't, especially like big high fantasy novels. I can't do it on audio. It's my brain just doesn't.
I think the world building would be too much.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's it. And I mean, I still like read physical books, and I buy them a lot. She says, having come from the UK recently with like a massive bag of books. But in terms of like it's just so much more convenient to listen to audiobooks. Yeah. Kai, I didn't know you were in Singapore. That must have been fun.
I know I had to miss. I mean, one of our like meetings because I
Oh,
was literally like spending 24 hours trying to get home.
No worries. No, was that like for fun or for like other
Yeah,
reasons?
kind of for fun mostly.
Nice,
Yeah, and
nice.
food.
And food, fun and food,
Yeah.
the two important things. in life.
Overlapping Venn diagram.
Exactly. It's like this
Just a circle.
The Venn diagram is a circle. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I've done what I can to help resolve our tech issues for now. So let us continue with our questions. Where did we get to? Okay, this one might be hard. I will admit. I don't know if y'all will get this, but we'll try anyways.
Can you
This
all
is-
hear my dog? I'm so sorry. I tried to evacuate him from the
No,
room.
we can't
Oh,
hear him.
No.
All good.
He's doing bad boy things.
So if you guys get this, I will be super impressed. Because even I was like, what? Since it's Sunday and it stopped raining, I think I'll take a bouquet of roses to my grave. Full disclaimer, I was mostly just really intrigued by this sentence. I have not read this, but I'm like, I want to read this now.
Okay, let's go through the list. Is it
Is it
Canadian?
Canadian?
Yeah.
It is not Canadian. This is, I think, the first of two, which are not
Ooh,
Canadian.
all right, we're opening the borders.
All
A
right.
little bit.
Genre?
Is it in translation?
Yes, I
Ooh.
believe so.
And
I'm not-
genre?
No, I don't think it's classified as genre.
Or like which genre?
Oh, well, I'm answering yes or no questions only, Amima.
Okay.
Literary fiction?
I think it would be qualified as literary fiction, yeah.
In
That's
translation. Publication date?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Wait, so it is translated?
Yes.
Hmm.
Again, I'll be super impressed if anybody gets this.
Is it a New York Times bestseller?
I don't think so.
Oh. Okay.
From what language is it translated?
Um.
Do you want to just give us a continent?
A region?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Latin America.
Ooh.
You know what? If you get the author, I'll give it to you because I really don't think I got it. It's a bit
not the
obscure.
Can you repeat the sentence again?
Yeah.
Of course, I love it. I feel like this is what's it called, the game show where they.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, can I phone a
Except
friend?
we all work in publishing.
Since it's Sunday and it stopped raining, I think I'll take a bouquet of roses to my grave. Again, just the author, I'll give it to you.
This is starting to get
New
very-
title or like old title?
Yeah.
Old.
Is it Gabriel Garcia Marquez?
You did it. Yes, it is. It is, and
that didn't seem like problematic. If it was like,
yeah, it is, and I don't know what's it called. I actually realized after I put it on here and we started talking that it might not be a book. It might be a short story. It's
Oh,
called
that's
Someone
niche.
Has Been Disarranging.
how dare you?
Yeah, I would have gotten it otherwise.
I just really like the sentence. I was Googling like first
Yeah, that's really
sentences of
beautiful.
books and it came up and I was like, this is a really great sentence. Maybe I need to read Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Every so often, I'll be like trying to decide what books to bring with me or what book to read next. And I'll like ask my friends on Instagram. And a few times I started doing it based on the first sentence of the book.
Mhm.
And I like first sentences are just amazing. Like I love the way that different authors hook you into the story. This was a really great one. What was
Just
the
tell
name
us
of
how you do it.
Yeah. What was the name of this book or short story?
The short story is called Someone Has Been Disarranging These Roses.
Someone has been disarranged.
That's a good title.
A compelling title also. Wow.
I know. I was like, I'm into it. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm into it. The vibes are, yeah. Okay, last first sentence question. I hope this is easy. I hope so. Let's see. Ayula summons me with these words. Corretti, I killed him. I had hoped I would never hear those
Orange.
words again.
Orange.
Okay, Amima.
I know what this is.
My sister, the serial killer.
You got it.
Yeah. That's the first line I remember.
Yeah. I mean, it has both characters' names in it. I would have been, if you read the book, you.
Oh, I would not
Mardo and I,
remember.
we're not going to remember the characters' names.
Yeah. But that scenario, yeah.
Yeah.
That scenario.
And imagine I read Love from A to Z, but did not remember the line about romance, but immediately remembered the line about I murdered someone. So, you know.
Oh my God. Amazing. I love that book so much. It's
very good.
Yeah, I don't really like have favorite books, but I would say this one is like
up there.
Close. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this last segment is extremely niche, and I apologize in advance if this is not your niche, but it's happening. So I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. I think Paige said I can do it, but we'll see. We'll see. If I can't do it, then I have to plug my phone in. I mean, my laptop in. Imagine I disappear right as we were talking. That'll be fun. What a nice day for tech issues. But yeah, I hope we can wrap this up in the 10 minutes that we have together. But if not, if y'all have to go, that's totally cool. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Yeah, easiest with 2 monitors. Got it. Okay. Here we go. Can y'all see what I'm seeing?
No, but I'm excited.
Oh, you guys probably can't because you're in here. Okay, that's all right. This is called, is it Taylor Swift or Shakespeare?
Ooh.
So,
I'm too old for this.
Oh my God.
Oh, I got this. This is everything that is important to me in one game.
Jenna's just gonna do a complete sweep.
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. I love this. Oh, okay. It's good that you guys can't see this because I'm going through all the answers right now because I opened it on the wrong page. Nice. Okay, so here we go. First one. Cold was the steel of the axe to grind for the boys who broke my heart. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare?
Pink.
Mardo?
That is Taylor Swift.
You are correct. Okay. Next one. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare? Some rise by sin and some by virtue fall.
Green.
Oh, I thought
I am.
Amima said that. I thought Amima said green. I was
I
like,
saw
Amima,
green.
you
I
need
saw
to
Amima
stop.
go.
You need to
I
stop
couldn't remember my
calling
color.
other people's colors. Jen?
Shakespeare.
Yes, you are correct. I act as if I don't know what the answer is. Like, this is extremely niche Hannah, by the way. Like, this is like, Shakespeare and Taylor Swift. This is like Hannah core, if it was. Next. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare? You drew stars around my scars.
Orange, if that's my
Amima?
color. Taylor Swift?
I realize with this one, it's going to be like one person can answer and that's it. Yes, you got it right. Taylor Swift.
Imagine if Shakespeare wrote that.
I was like, watch. It was like in Macbeth.
I would not be surprised.
I would love it.
He would do that.
You have to remember the comedies and the romances.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
All
No,
right,
that's
next.
full lady. That's full Lady Macbeth howling at the moon.
Yeah.
Right? It totally
your
is. I can see
hands.
it. You know what someone needs to do? Someone needs to write like a play of these, of like a Shakespearean retelling using Taylor Swift quotes. That's what I
I
want.
feel like TikTok is probably on it as we speak.
Yeah. Also, full credit to TikTok. This is where I got this idea. Just I saw someone doing it on TikTok.
TikTok
and
TM.
I was like, yes. Next up is Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. Take the words for what they are, a dwindling mercurial high.
Orange.
Amima.
I'm going to guess Shakespeare just because I feel like dwindling is hard to rhyme with.
Amima, you failed the group.
No.
It is Taylor Swift.
Well, then color me
Taylor
impressed.
Swift wrote Mercurial or what?
Mercurial? Yeah.
Mercurial?
Yeah. I
All
might have
right, Tay-Tay.
Yeah. I actually don't know what the song is though for this one. I should have looked that up before we
What
talked.
rhymes with
Oh
that?
well. Next up, Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May.
Pink.
Purple.
Oh, you take
Jenny?
that.
Oh, that's Shakespeare. Sonnet 18.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't ask for a citation, but go Jenny. Shakespeare Sonnet 18, apparently. Nice. Next, Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. I made you my temple, my mural, my sky.
Oh, green.
Green.
Yeah, that's Taylor
Jen.
Swift, right? That's Taylor Swift.
Feels
Right?
very-
That is Taylor Swift. Yes.
Yeah.
I actually had to check because I forgot.
Shakespeare would never.
He would
Wouldn't
never.
he though? Wouldn't he?
No, girl.
No.
I can see Juliet saying
No.
that to Romeo.
Yeah, I guess like
No.
from a 16-year-old's
Yeah,
perspective.
Story, right? Those Juliet and Romeo.
The child.
Yeah. Okay, next. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. The course of true love never did run smooth.
Green.
Pink.
Which one of you wants to take it?
Go
Ardo
ahead.
can take it. Go ahead, Ardo. It's okay.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Indeed.
Really leave us in suspense. Every time I'm like so tense for some reason. Like this is gonna affect my
That was
life.
one that could have been on the fence, I think.
I
That
was
the
on the
closest
fence when
one
I was
so
looking.
far.
I was like, I don't
That's the
know.
closest one so far.
So these are genuine pauses. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Because I created this like whatever, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, next up. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. I am one who loved, not wisely, but too well.
Green.
Orange.
Green Jen, go.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare indeed.
Oh, I would have said Taylor for some reason.
Me
I'm like,
too.
is that? Yeah.
See, this is proving my point. This is the whole point that I wanted to make with this exercise, basically.
The all white
I
people are
don't
the same.
remember. I don't
Yes.
remember where it's from. I can't. give you
All
the
white writers
citation.
write the same.
They're all doing the same thing. Oh God.
I'm just kidding. Erase that part. Bravo, bravo. Erase that part.
So first, Jenny said writers all doing the same thing, and then I was wrong about a BTS member. So we're doing
Yeah,
well.
we're absolutely. This is
Sorry.
All right. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare, where the spirit meets the bone, that's in a faith forgotten land.
Pink.
Ardo,
Shakespeare.
it's Taylor Swift.
Really?
Yes.
every time you say Pink with a question mark, I think that you're guessing Pink, the singer.
Just disregards the game.
Neither.
I'm like, so
Neither Taylor Swift nor Shakespeare. This is Pink.
Rod Stewart.
let's
Feature
get
some
it
Rod
started.
Stewart in there. That'd be great.
Okay, we're almost at the end. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. And I'll stay forgetting any other home but this.
Orange.
Amima.
Taylor Swift.
Which song? Which song? Which song?
You're so certain.
Home.
Shakespeare.
Dang it.
Wow.
Also, Kai going like, which song?
I'm like, it sounded like you knew.
I did not.
It does sound like that dirgy song she does, the Bon Iver.
It
Oh
does.
yes, yes.
In fairness.
All right, Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. Who coaxed you into paradise and left you there?
Yellow.
Kai?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Which song is it? I'm curious now. What song is
I
this?
have no idea.
Aren't you a Swiftie?
I am, but I need the music. I can't remember. Like
Mika,
the
tell
words.
us in the comment section.
Mika, look it up.
She said that she's a Swiftie in on YouTube, so
Oh, did she?
she
Okay.
knows. She knows.
Okay, I think this might have been the last one, unless. Oh no, there's one more. Okay. I wounded the good and I trusted the wicked. Taylor Swift or Shakespeare?
Pink.
Ardo?
Shakespeare.
Taylor Swift. Oh my god. Okay, let's stop sharing.
Shakespeare better watch out.
I know. Good thing
He'll start
he is
teaching
president.
Taylor Swift in schools.
Exactly. Who needs iambic pentameter when you've got Wildest Dreams, Taylor's version.
I bet
know
you
what?
Taylor's lyrics are mostly iambic pentameter. I bet you.
I bet you could. Yeah, I feel like you know what, you could probably do that.
TikTok,
I'm
do what
I'm
you do.
do what you do best. I'm of the belief that we don't need to pit them against each other. Like we can just, you know,
There's room for both.
there's room for both, you know.
Writers supporting writers.
Right. So, Shakespeare from beyond the grave supporting Taylor Swift. Okay, well, this kind of brings us to the end of the night, you guys. So Ardo, Amima, Jenny, Jen, and Kai, thank you so much for joining us in this kind of chaotic ride of a kickoff night. I don't think there's anything else for us to discuss here. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. We did have some tech difficulties with the donation page. I think we've solved it, maybe not, but we will be solving it very soon, if not. And we'll be sharing all the links on our social media for you guys to check them out there. In the meantime, mark your calendars for our March 23rd event. If you are in Toronto, we would love to see you. Tickets going to be available very soon. And keep an eye out on socials, and we'll repost everything if the links are not right. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.